tonight the blue half of Manchester has been turned red. At half-time they were hanging on. By full-time they coasted home. Graeme, we will discuss the flaws and failings of Manchester City at length, but now it is time to give credit to your former club Liverpool on a great night for them.
Tell me, over the two games they've deserved to go through. And the very first 45 minutes at Anfield, they were fantastic on the front foot. And the second 45 showed they can defend. Tonight they've turned up, conceded an early goal, and you're thinking, oh no. You're thinking the worst at that point. They rode their luck with the Sané goal that was disallowed. But other than that, yes, City had a lot of the ball, but Liverpool were controlled, they were organised at the back. They looked like a team that could win this competition, you know, because they've got organisation at the back now, and Van Dijk's a big part of that, and they've got that threat up front. I don't believe little Salah was fully fit tonight, but he still gets a goal, 39th goal. But what we will talk about, and we must talk about, is why Pep Guardiola changed in the second half his formation. That I am astounded by that. I'm more than astounded by it, because in that first half they weren't doing a lot wrong, and for whatever reason he's changed at half time, and from the change Liverpool got a foothold in the game and ended up controlling that second half. No problem at all in that second half.
Neil, your thoughts?
It's a fantastic night for Liverpool. I agree with Graeme. Over the two legs they've been the better team. I think huge amount of credit goes to the manager. The way he sets his team out, the mentality of the team now is fantastic. Didn't see the result coming, but 3 out of the 4 halves over the two legs Liverpool have been the dominant team, and they go on. And psychologically for Liverpool, that's a huge shot in the arm, not only for the club but the city and the support as well. The concern that Liverpool would have had, previous teams, that's 10 years since they were in a semi-final, and some of the players, the key players they would have had in that era, the likes of Torres and Alonso, left the club, went on to bigger, better things, supposedly Suarez even since then. Does this put them at a level now where they can look these big guns in the eye, and those players can say, I can win big trophies here? Oh, no question. This is a semi-final of the Champions League they're in now, and I have to say there's been a massive improvement in Liverpool as the season and the months have gone on, to the point where, they don't fear Man City, the best team in the country, in the Premier League. And Klopp has, I think he's outthought Guardiola over the two games, and he seems to have the measure of him at the minute. And I think his team are, a sort of resemblance of him as a personality. Rock and roll, all action. They have to play a little bit differently at times, defensively, very sound. Karius again, second half didn't have a lot to do. First game didn't have anything to do, and that speaks volumes for the Liverpool performances over the two games.
I think they're a really dangerous outfit now.
Yeah.
They can play different types of football, where I think prior to Van Dijk coming, I think they were vulnerable. I think they could dominate until they ran out of steam. Whoever they played against, they could be on the front foot, look threatening, score goals, but then it's as if someone let the air out of the balloon. For the last half an hour of a game, against the better teams who could keep the ball, they were on the back foot and looked vulnerable. Against City, who are our champions in waiting this year, in both games when they've been under the caution, they've looked like a team that could defend. And that, you won't always play well, but if you can defend well and you've got goal scorers in your team, you've always got that threat. You win games you shouldn't win.
I think you've just said it a few moments ago. You think they're potential winners now?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
For that reason, for that solidity?
Because, they can go away from home and score goals, defend properly. That's the key. You'll always be asked, when you get into this level of the competition, the big games, you will be asked to defend. Your goalkeeper will be asked to make saves. And it's,
There's some of your old mates in the crowd.
The question mark is, about the goalkeeper, Karius. Will he be able to work at this level? 24, maybe we'll get.
That would be my only question mark.
That's my one doubt. Yeah. But the rest of the team, you have to say they're playing like a proper team.
The other thing is, Tommy, they're clinical. They are clinical. They were two fantastic finishes tonight. Salah, we didn't think looked fit, but it's a great finish, great composure, I think. And then Firmino's is a quality finish. Great work, great finish. They are clinical. You cannot switch off against them at the minute.
We've seen Kenny Dalglish, we've seen Ian Rush in the crowd. You're sitting here with us. Can this team join that sort of legacy of European glory that they have? Are Liverpool fans sniffing number 6 now?
For me, this is a better team than 1 and Istanbul.
2005, yeah.
This is a better team than one in Istanbul. I think they're more of a team that they're more solid. They've got more punch up front. Yeah, every team. There's no perfect team, but I think this is a team that could easily win this competition. And if you go back, I was like everybody else, who's a Liverpool supporter. I think at the start of the season, I was just get into the top 4, maybe get to a cup final, get into the top 4. But as the season's gone on, the team itself has grown in confidence, and they have no fear of going to that stadium tonight. At the start of the game, the camera panned on Trent Alexander. It's Trent Alexander 1920. It didn't look as if it was going to bother him at all, and that's how it turned out. This is a team that feel they should be on the stage. This will only stand them in good stead going forward.
Lots and lots to talk about. Liverpool are through to the Champions League semi-final.